Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Thought for the Day. Have you ever heard it said that failure is God's way of telling you that you're going in the wrong direction? Have there been times in your life when you felt like a failure? You've messed up, and things could not have been much worse. They could have been so much better if only. If only you'd handled something differently. If only you'd said something in a more eloquent way in that job interview. If only you'd worked harder. If only. But maybe we should look at things differently. If we don't think we've handled a situation well, maybe it's so that we move to pastures new. If we don't get that job we've applied for, maybe we're not meant to do it. If we don't pass an exam, maybe it's to stop us in our tracks and make us look in a different direction. Sometimes we have to fail or hit a stumbling block for us to work out what God wants us to do and where God wants us to go. Sometimes we need to mess up so that God can lead us in the right direction. If we fail at something, it doesn't mean that we should never have started walking down that road. It just means that we're only meant to go a little way along it, to gain some experience, knowledge and wisdom. But when we've gone as far down that road as we need to, God, as our sat-nav, tells us to turn around whenever possible, sometimes using our failure to get us to do that. God doesn't leave us when we go in the wrong direction. And I believe that he often sends us in that direction so that we can learn. So we don't need to worry if things don't happen in the way that we'd hoped, or even if we totally fail, because God still leads us if we ask him. In the book of Joshua we find these words: "Be strong and courageous, do not be frightened, and do not be dismayed. For the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." So when things don't go to plan, we don't need to dwell on it. All we need to do is learn and say, "Okay, God, lead the way."